What if your next AI prompt was not a request, but a mission? For the last few years, most of us have treated AI like a box. You type something in, you wait, the box answers. If the answer is useful, you copy it somewhere else and keep working. If the answer is wrong, you try again. That already felt like a revolution, but it was only the first stage, because the next version of AI is not just waiting inside the box, it is reaching out of it. It can open tools, it can follow steps, it can search, compare, draft, organize, revise, and sometimes act before you give the next prompt. And that changes the question. A bad answer in a chat box is just text. A bad decision from an agent can become an action. That is the line we are crossing, not from human to machine, from tools to teammates. Welcome back to the Mind Machine Atlas. Today, we map the rise of AI agents. A tool waits for instructions. A hammer does not decide where the nail goes. A calculator does not decide which problem matters. A search engine does not decide what you should do after reading the results. That has been the normal relationship between humans and software. We click, it responds, we type, it returns information, we choose the next step. A chatbot, even a very intelligent one, still mostly lives inside that pattern. It can explain, it can summarize, it can generate a draft, but most of the time you still have to move the answer into the next system. An agent changes the shape of the relationship. Instead of asking, "What is the answer?" you begin asking, "What is the goal?" Imagine the difference between handing someone a map and asking them to drive you across a city. The map is useful, but it does not move. It does not react to traffic. It does not notice that a bridge is closed. It does not choose a new route. A navigator does. An AI agent is closer to a navigator than a map. It receives a destination. It breaks the trip into steps. It checks the path. It uses available tools. And when the path fails, it can look for another one. That is why agents matter. They shift AI from information to action. But to understand that shift, we have to look inside the machine. An agent is not one thing. It is a system. At the center is the model, the reasoning engine that understands language, patterns, and instructions. But the model alone is not enough. A model can answer a question. An agent has to move toward a goal. To become useful, the agent needs 3 powers. The first is planning. A normal prompt asks for an answer. A goal asks for a sequence. The agent has to ask, what needs to happen first? What evidence is needed? What tool should be used? What does success look like? And when should I stop and ask the human? Planning turns one large instruction into smaller tasks. The second power is tool use. An agent needs hands. Those hands might be a browser, a spreadsheet, a calendar, a file system, a database, an email client, a code editor, or a design tool. Without tools, the model can only talk about the world. With tools, it can interact with the world. The third power is reflection. This is the power most people overlook. An agent will fail, it will take the wrong path, it will find missing information, it will misunderstand a constraint. The question is not whether it fails, the question is what it does after failure. A useful agent pauses, inspects what happened, revises the plan, and tries again. Plan, act, check, adjust. That loop is the heartbeat of agency. And once you understand that loop, you can see why the old language of prompting is not enough anymore. The deeper skill is delegation. When you manage a teammate, you do not give them every keystroke. You do not describe every mouse movement. You give them the objective, the standard, the audience, the deadline, and the decisions they are allowed to make. That is how agents need to be managed. A weak instruction says, research AI agents. A stronger delegation says, find credible explanations, compare the definitions, flag the risks, and prepare a beginner-friendly summary. Do not publish anything. Bring me the draft for review. Notice what changed. The second instruction includes a goal, an audience, a process, a safety boundary, and a checkpoint. That is not just a prompt, that is a brief. And in the agent era, the brief becomes the bridge between intention and execution. Because every missing detail becomes a guess, and every guess becomes a possible wrong turn. This is why the human does not disappear. The human becomes more important, but in a different place. Not below the work, pushing every button. Above the work, defining the mission. So how do you know whether you are using an AI agent well? Use the teammate test. Ask yourself, if I gave this instruction to a new assistant on their first day, would they know what success looks like? If the answer is no, your agent probably will not know either. A teammate needs context. Why does this task matter? Who is the audience? What should be avoided? What does good work look like? When should they stop and ask for help? An agent needs the same things. Movement without direction is not progress. It is drift. The agent is powerful because it can move. The human is essential because the human defines the North Star. That is the new division of labor. But this is also where the danger begins. The more useful an agent becomes, the more careful we have to be. A hallucination inside a paragraph is one kind of problem. A hallucination connected to tools is another. If an agent can send an email, update a file, make a purchase, publish content, or message another person, then errors can leave the screen and enter the world. That is why agents need seatbelts. They need permissions. They need boundaries. They need checkpoints. The agent can prepare the email, but the human approves the send. The agent can compare the files, but the human approves the deletion. The agent can recommend the purchase, but the human approves the payment. This is not because the agent is useless. It is because useful systems deserve careful control. The future is not blind automation. The future is supervised autonomy. The human should not disappear from the loop. The human should move higher in the loop. Less time pushing every button, more time deciding what should be done, what should be trusted, and what should be stopped. The future of work is not one human versus one machine. It is humans orchestrating systems. One agent may research, another may organize, another may draft, another may check for errors, another may prepare the final version. The human becomes the director of the workflow, not because the human knows every answer, but because the human understands the purpose. The agent can move fast. The human gives meaning to the movement. That is the partnership. At the beginning, the AI was a box. You typed, it answered. But the box was never the destination, it was the doorway. On the other side is a new kind of work. Goals, tools, boundaries, checkpoints, and teams of agents moving through the digital world. So do not treat AI like a search engine. Do not treat it like a calculator. And do not treat it like magic. Treat it like a junior teammate. Give it a mission. Give it context. Give it tools. Give it boundaries. Give it seatbelts. Then watch the work, guide the work, and keep the human purpose at the center. Because the future will not belong to people who simply ask better questions. It will belong to people who can direct better systems. So the question circles back. What mission would you trust an agent to carry? Until next time, keep exploring the Atlas.